From 2004 to 2013, BMW produced the first generation of its smallest hatchback model, the BMW 1 Series E87. This car quickly gained attention for bringing rear-wheel drive and BMW's distinctive driving dynamics into the compact segment, a feature unique in its class at the time. For many enthusiasts, it offered an accessible entry point into the BMW brand without sacrificing the engaging handling the company was known for. However, as with any used car, especially one now over a decade old, prospective buyers need to understand the strengths and weaknesses of the E87 in detail before making a purchase decision. The E87 came with a wide range of petrol and diesel engines, each with its own characteristics, performance levels, and known issues. On the petrol side, the entry-level option was the 1.6-liter four-cylinder engine found in the 160i, producing around 115 horsepower in early versions. It offered adequate efficiency for city driving, but was not particularly quick. Over time, BMW updated this engine with a more modern Valvetronic unit, improving fuel economy slightly. The main concern with the early 1.6 is its relatively modest performance for the weight of the car and the fact that it can feel strained under heavy loads. Above this, the 180i offered a 2.0-liter four-cylinder with about 129 horsepower in pre-facelift form and up to 143 horsepower later in the production run. This engine improved acceleration noticeably but retained a balance between performance and economy. Mechanically, it was fairly robust, though oil consumption could be an issue on higher mileage units, often linked to valve stem seal wear. The 120i, also equipped with a 2.0-liter petrol engine, delivered between 150 and 170 horsepower, depending on the model year. While offering more spirited performance, it was still a naturally aspirated engine, meaning power delivery was linear rather than explosive. This model could suffer from timing chain tensioner wear in some cases, particularly if oil change intervals were extended beyond the recommended period. The range-topping petrol model before the M variant was the 130i, a true highlight of the E87 lineup. It housed a 3.0-liter inline-six, producing around 265 horsepower, delivering strong performance with a signature BMW six-cylinder sound. The 130i was, and still is, praised for its driving feel, but buyers should be aware that maintenance costs are higher, and oil leaks from the valve cover gasket or oil filter housing gasket are common. Cooling system components, particularly the electric water pump, can also fail and should be inspected. On the diesel side, BMW offered a similarly broad range. The entry-level diesel was the 1.6-liter in the 116D, producing around 115 horsepower. While efficient, it lacked refinement and could feel underpowered on longer motorway journeys. Moving up, the 118D featured a 2.0-liter diesel with outputs ranging from 122 to 143 horsepower. These engines were popular for their balance of performance and fuel economy, but early versions could suffer from turbocharger wear and issues with the EGR valve. The 120D was the most potent diesel in the regular lineup, with 163 to 177 horsepower, depending on the year. It offered strong torque and excellent motorway performance, but it too could suffer from common diesel issues such as swirl flap failure in the intake manifold, which can lead to severe engine damage if not addressed. Many owners opt to have the swirl flaps removed as a preventative measure. Diesel particulate filters, DPF, can also become problematic in cars used mostly for short trips. Beyond the engines, there are several general faults that prospective buyers should be aware of. Suspension wear is common, particularly on cars that have covered higher mileages or have been driven enthusiastically. Front control arm bushes, rear trailing arm bushes, and shock absorbers are all wear items that can impact handling if not maintained. The steering system, while generally reliable, can develop a slight play in the rack over time. Electronics can also present issues. Central locking failures, faulty window regulators, and malfunctioning iDrive units in cars equipped with them are all known problems. The climate control system can sometimes blow only hot or cold air due to issues with the stepper motors controlling the air flaps. Rust is not a widespread problem on the E87 thanks to good factory corrosion protection, but it is still worth checking wheel arches and the underside, particularly around suspension mounting points. Interior wear can vary depending on how well the car was maintained, with worn seat bolsters and peeling steering wheel trim being common signs of a hard-lived example. When considering an E87, it is essential to review its service history thoroughly. BMW's extended oil change intervals may have contributed to premature wear in some engines, so a car with more frequent oil changes is preferable. Buyers looking for petrol performance should weigh the lower maintenance costs of the naturally aspirated 4-cylinders against the superior performance and driving pleasure of the 6-cylinder 130i. Diesel buyers should budget for potential preventative work, especially regarding swirl flaps, EGR cleaning, and DPF maintenance. The E87 remains an appealing used car thanks to its unique combination of compact size, rear-wheel drive, and BMW driving feel. However, understanding the specific strengths and weaknesses of each engine option, along with the model's common faults, will help ensure a purchase that delivers driving enjoyment without unexpected repair bills. This knowledge is key to finding a well-maintained example that will continue to offer years of rewarding ownership.